time they've taken to practice. Thank you for all the work involved, and I pray you'd help these students, Lord, as they perform in the recital, Lord. Lord, the main thing is to lift you up, to exalt you, and to praise you, Lord, with music. And I pray for these students. Please bless them in a very special way. And I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I'm going to turn to Miss Suko. Thank you, Miss Suko, if you need these.
Thank you, Pastor, and Lighthouse Baptist Academy for providing the facilities with which we're able to have an annual recital. At this time, I would just like to thank all of you parents for not only your financial investment, but also your time in practice and encouraging each one of your students as they embark on this journey of learning an instrument. Right now, we're going to go ahead. Pastor already mentioned a little bit of recital etiquette, so each one of the students I'll announce along with their song that they'll be playing. And this year we have a mixture of Christmas along with classical and folklore songs. And so that will be something to enjoy. We can still have Christmas music until the end of January. We're Puerto Rican, right? So we can have it as long as we want. And so I'd like to just, on behalf of myself, thank you so much. And I appreciate you being patient and waiting through chapel and for also for the children to do all of their ceremonies and for everything to get done the way that we like to do at Lighthouse Baptist Academy, which is on schedule. I'll go ahead and start, and we'll have our first performance will be by Janai Cheri Gomez. She's in the fifth grade and is 10 years old. This is her second year playing piano, and she will be playing Rockets by Willard Palmer. That's great. Our next performance is Alex Xavier Ortiz Toro. He is in the third grade and 8 years old. He will be playing two songs by Willard Palmer, Skating and Rain Rain, and this is his first year in piano. Our next performance is by Jaime Glenn Tavares Mendez. He is my youngest student to date right now. He is 7 years old, and he's going to be playing Sailing by Willard Palmer, a duet with me. Our next performance will be by Ian Mojica Contreras. He is in the sixth grade and 11 years old. He will be playing a Christmas song, We Three Kings, by Julie A. Lind. A lot of my beginner students this year were able to move up into intermediate, and they were able to play some harder pieces this year. Jeremiah Olmeda is our next performance. He is in the fifth grade and 10 years old. This is, I believe, his fourth year taking piano. He will be playing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Pamela Schultz. Our next performance will be by Abigail Santiago Rivera. She is in the fifth grade and is 10 years old. She's been sick for a couple of weeks. It's been difficult, but she persevered, and she's going to be playing Jingle Bells by James Lord Pierpont, and I'll be accompanying her. Our next performance will be by Karolina Martinez Melendez. She is in the 10th grade and is 15 years old. This is her first year in piano, and she'll be playing a duet, O Holy Night, by Adolf Adam. Our next performance is by Michael Melendez. He is in the 10th grade and is 15 years old. He will be playing Ode to Joy by Beethoven and a personal piece that is not placed in the inside of the program, but it's Tokyo Ghoul from Ling Tosite Sigure. Our next performance is by Josue Garcia. He is in the 6th grade and 12 years old, and he will be playing Joy to the World by Handel. next performance will be by Ayana C. Ramos. She is in the sixth grade and 11 years old. She'll be playing Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson and Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. Our next performance is by Melanie Perez Sierra. She is in the ninth grade and 11 years old. She will be playing Malagueña by Pablo de Sarasate. Our next performance will be by Aldrin Mojica Contreras. He is in the 8th grade. He is 13 years old. He will be playing Behold Our God by Baird. Our next performance is by a student I have a vested interest in, Abigail Belinda Suko. She's in the 6th grade and 11 years old, and she will be playing Carol of the Bells by George Winston. this time, I'd like to have Pastor Martinez come forward. He'll be handing out our certificates of achievement for piano. And parents, thank you so much. Students, you did a wonderful job. Let's give them all a very great big hand. You have no idea, if you've never played an instrument in front of other people, it is very scary to stand up in front of everyone. For the little ones all the way up to the big ones, it was very hard for them to do that, and it was a lot of nerves, and now they're able to relax and they feel like a weight has been lifted. And those of you parents who were just right there with every note with them, you can relax now too. It's over. At this time, I'm going to be calling some names forward, and I'll be giving the certificate to Pastor Martinez, and he'll be handing it to them for a in recognition of outstanding achievement in the study of piano, and presented this 25th day of January 2019 here at Lighthouse Baptist Academy. Yes, sir. That's perfect. Our first student to come forward will be Abigail Belinda Suko. Abigail has been playing piano now for 4 years, and it is not easy having your mother as a teacher. She makes you practice hard, and she hears you when you mess up, and she goes back and she corrects you 1,000 times. Yes, that's perfect. Our next student will be Josue Garcia. He also has been playing piano for 4 years. I'm so proud of all the hard work that he has put in this year. He's moved up from playing some very difficult pieces to playing some very difficult pieces this year. Our next student to be presented with her certificate is Aldrin Mojica Contreras. Aldrin does me the great favor of helping me play in choir for the teenagers, and he is a blessing to me to be able to help me out with that, and plays the piano and has the ability to be able to play pieces that I can play, and that is a big blessing. He has a natural talent, and I think that he can go very far in this instrument. Our next student that we will be presenting their certificate with is Melanie Perez Sierra. This is only Melanie's second year of piano, and she has put in the very hard work of learning some difficult pieces this year. She's a hard worker and very efficient. She also helps me in teen choir, so she also uses her talents for the Lord. She helps me by playing the piano for our teen choir in church. Our next student that will be presented with a certificate is Ayana C. Ramos. Jana came to us with musical ability. She is an incredible student. She is a hard worker, and along with also keeping a good grade point average and doing well in her studies, she also really exceeds in piano and in music in general. Our next student that will be presented with her certificate is Karolina Raquel Martinez Hernandez. This is Carolina's first year in piano. She came in for her very first time, and she has shown a lot of diligence with her practicing. She is a hard worker. She is not the most outgoing student. She's very shy, but she works very hard, and that is a great asset when it comes to learning an instrument. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not a hard worker, you won't get very far. But she is a hard worker. Our next student is Michael Melendez. Michael Melendez started piano last month. So those of you who were, you should be amazed that he is able to play what he played on the piano. This shows you the drive and the desire that he has to learn that piece. It is not easy to play in front of people, especially when you're learning a instrument for the first time. Actually, I said that wrong. He started in November, so that is amazing. Abigail Santiago Rivera, she has been in piano since she was in first grade. She's a hard worker. She's a little spitfire, and I just love having her as a student. She always encourages me, and she works hard on what she does. Jeremiah Olmeda. Jeremiah Olmeda is the guy with the jokes. He's a blessing. I've been teaching him piano since he was also in, I believe, third grade. He is also, don't let his persona fool you. He is a hard worker. He works very hard. He maintains a good grade point average, and the majority of our students, they keep an A average, AB average, along with studying piano. It is not just about the piano. They are also very studious. Our next student is Ian Mojica Contreras. This is his second year in piano. This year he moved up in his ability, and I'm so proud of him. He played a piece that was very challenging, and he put in the work. He also puts in a lot of hard work and effort. Our next student started in August. His name is Jaime Glenn Melendez. He is a hard worker and he has all the excitement of starting piano. He is an excited piano student. He loves playing the piano, and I am just so impressed with his excitement every week. Our next student is Alex Xavier Ortiz Toro. He is a blessing. He also works very hard. These young men that are starting here, you will see them next year. You will be amazed at what they will be able to play on the piano because they put in a lot of work. They're already almost halfway done with their first book, so they have done a lot of songs. And last but not least, our next student to come forward is Janai Cherry Gomez. Janai, this is her second year playing piano, and she is a joy. I would ask that you continue to pray for her. She's going to be having an eye operation that might keep her out of school for quite some time, so hold her up in your prayers. But she loves to play the piano. She has good ear, and she has a lot of excitement when she comes for classes. Give all of our students a hand, please. Thank you so much for sticking around for our recital and till the very end for our certificates. At this time, we are going to have a small reception in the back, and there will be some coffee, some juice, also some breakfast